Okay, thank you so much, Barry, for walking us through our marketing and advertising plans. I'll now be walking us through the public relations outreach. That's going to go hand in hand with Tornado Tennis. So throughout all of our marketing, advertising, and PR, we have three very common messages that we want people to know and hear when they think about Tornado Tennis. The first is Tornado Tennis teaches children social and essential motor skills. This is huge. In the 5 to 8 range, that's when kids are starting to pick up on these motor skills. And some kids don't pick them up as easily as others. It just takes practice and time. And there's small activities such as using scissors or tying a knot. Those are things that kids, it takes practice to learn. And Tornado Tennis is a way that we can help them develop skills like their essential motor skills so that they're more on top of the game and they have those practice. Also doing multiple things at once and being able to do it in a social setting. The second message is Tornado Tennis helps caretakers identify early developmental gaps in children. So in the 5 to 8 range, as I said, this is when these motor skills are being, they're starting to be used, and we can start to see if kids are developing them or not. When kids aren't developing these motor skills, that's a huge red flag of autism. And that's a huge part of our campaign with this game. So part of that second key message is caretakers, they need to be able to identify these gaps in children, and they need to be able to flag that to parents. Part of the jobs of kindergarten and first grade teachers is just to look for these red flags. So by offering a game like this that's not only fun for kids, but also helps teachers do their job is really what we're going for. The third key message here is that Tornado Tennis is a game that gives back. As Sarah mentioned earlier, there's a huge gap in the market for games that give back to charity. And we can see from our research that people would rather buy games when they know it's going to a good cause. So part of our outreach and our whole PR program is based on these three messages and how can we implement them with our targets. Okay, so we are going to have a spokesperson for this campaign. He is John Calipari, and he's the Kentucky University basketball coach. We think he's a great fit for this campaign because he works with people who have very well-defined motor skills every day being a basketball coach. And he knows that it's something that's really important to succeed, especially in sports and in everyday tasks, to have these motor skills very refined. On top of that, he also is a huge advocate for Autism Speaks, which is a charitable organization we will be working with. And he's a huge advocate for just healthy living in general with his lifestyle. Through our sales, we want to give back to Autism Speaks specifically, just to really hammer in like how important it is to watch these motor skills and huge flags with autism. So 5% of every game purchase will go back to Autism Speaks. A third activation we will do is working with Teach for America. Teach for America is a system that has programs for impoverished children in a bunch of different areas around the United States, and we would like to donate a game to every center in America. Here's just a quick map of all the Teach for America centers. There's 55, so we'll make sure to donate one game to each of these centers. Okay, and so for our media outreach, we have a few different plans. The first is, and our top tier coverage will be on Good Morning America. We want to take the game on Good Morning America, have the host play the game, interact with the game, bring some kids on, and then also our spokesperson, John, would be on Good Morning America also, talking about the importance of motor skills that he sees in basketball every day and why it's important to catch autism at a young age, just about his advocacy for autism in general and why this game is so important to be in the hands of classrooms and parents at home. So that would be our #1 spot. The second is the Courier-Journal. So this is the head newspaper in Kentucky. We're really thinking that they would do a nice story and cover John being the spokesperson, being the Kentucky basketball coach, and they could really incorporate just a lot of his lessons and a lot of things that he stands for, as well as push out our game to people. Now lastly, this is just a little sample of headlines from the 55 markets where the Teach for America centers are. We thought that these would be great outlets to reach out to because they could really tie in the local center and then bring in the game, and then also there's Autism Speak centers that are in a lot of these cities, and so it'd be a great story just to cover everything together. Okay, so all in all, like as we talked about, the main aspects of our game are giving back, helping out parents and teachers, and then also helping find a way to gauge what kids' fine motor skills are. We think this game really wraps it up, and it hits a part of the game industry market that's really untouched. We're finding a way to give back to charity, provide a game that parents feel good about buying, and then also give back in a way where people feel like not only they're helping them, but they're helping parents and caretakers be more on top of their classroom needs and their family needs. This is a niche market that no other game has really hit, and so we feel like by choosing our idea, we can really help your sales and get you guys back up and going. Thanks.